Hello and thanks very much for joining me. I'm Dean the Vaping Biker. Today we've got a vlog for you. It should have been out yesterday, but unfortunately I scratched my eye because I'm a bellend and I couldn't see very well out of my eye. I can't see brilliantly now, but I couldn't see at all last night. But yeah, and I was feeling a bit ropey anyway, so I didn't get to record it yesterday. It's coming today though. It's coming. It's happening. It's one of them, whatever word was going on in my head at the time. It's coming today though, so hopefully I can just give you an update on what's going on, what I've been doing, and what's coming up and all that sort of good stuff. So let's dig into it, shall we? So we've got the videos that we've done over the last week. We managed to get 3 out. I wanted to get more out really, but you know, shit happens. So it just, you know, it is what it is. The first one was the Icon RDA from Vandy Vapes and Mike Vapes. I still maintain that I think it's a cracking little RDA. I think for the money as well, it's spectacular. For the choices you get, for the options you get, I've got a really itchy nose. For the choices you get and for the options that you get in the box, I think for around about that 30 quid mark, it's absolutely superb. I did find that once you lifted the coils a little bit, it did mean that you got a better taste from it, and a smoother airflow going on as well, which I thought was much better than the first 1 or 2 coils that I threw in there. But I ended up just putting so many bills in it, it was ridiculous. But no, and having the 3 drip tips, the squonk pin and all that sort of good stuff, brilliant. And now I think I showed in the video as well, they now come in a whole bunch of different colours as well. And yeah, it's definitely been confirmed that the one that I had was the pre-production one. So there were the couple of changes that I've mentioned in the video to the production ones that are coming out to you guys right now. So there are a couple of changes. And like we said, I think we said in the review, I don't think they were looking at setting the world alight with innovation when it comes to the deck, but just doing something a little bit different, or you know, something that just gives you different options, I guess. So you know, it didn't set the world alight from the deck point of view, but from an RDA point of view, when it comes to the flavour, the clouds, the, you know, the construction of it and the options, I think for the money was absolutely superb. Now then, after that came the Series B DNA 75 from Jack Vapor, which I think was a great little mod. I really enjoyed using it. The restriction for me was the fact that you've got kind of restricted to the 22mm atomizers on the top, and I don't have many 22mm atomizers to use on them, so it was something that I sold on at like half the retail cost, just so I could purchase some more things. That money went to fund something else that I can give away when we're at Expo later in May. I'll tell you about that in a little while. I just got this feeling my hat's on the piss. Is it straight? Do I look normal? Well, you know what I mean. Anyway, so after that we then had the Druga Rda from Org Vape and Vape House, or Vape's House. A massive one for me on this one was the fact that I kept having people ask me, is this better than the Icon? Was the Icon better than this? Really difficult to say. Really difficult to say. I mean, I did a little drawing, because I've recorded this like 3 times, and I did a little drawing. The first time I recorded it up here, like, so this is your flavour and cloud scale, okay? So flavours over here, clouds are over here. Most RDAs, but they're sort of the general release ones, will sit in this kind of mid area here, where they're all right for flavour and they're all right for clouds. They're not the best for flavour, they're not the best for clouds, but they're all right. They do a good job. The Druga and the Icon sit firmly in that kind of area, you know? If you get something bigger, an area that is just made for massive builds and massive clouds, or even small builds with a small deck, something like a battle deck, something like that, that the airflow and everything else is designed for clouds, just balls out clouds, so you're going to reduce the flavour, whereas your flavoratties are going to have smaller chambers, or they're you know, a reduced airflow, that kind of thing, to really help concentrate the flavour in that RDA or in that chamber, so before it comes into your mouth hole, it really gives you a chance to taste all those flavours. So the Druga and the RDA hit very solidly in this line in the middle there, I thought anyway. So as for which is the best, I just find it very difficult, because they both have a couple of pros and cons. So you know, it's just going to be one of those things, whether, you know, what strikes your fancy a little bit more than the other one, I'm afraid. But I think for both of them, I think you'll have a jolly good experience. But yeah, if I had to choose, possibly the Icon. And that's not just because it's Mike Vapes. It's not because it's, I don't know. the variation that I got with it, the extra, oh, I don't know. It's tough, man. It's really, really tough. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to ponder on that one and possibly call me a knob because I can't make up my own mind, but I don't care, so there. After that we did, I did a couple of articles. So I've got a whole mess of mech mods coming up, which we'll go into in a moment. But I've got a lot of mech mods coming up, and when I had my mech week before, one of the biggest overriding sort of questions was, how does it command that much money? Why is it that expensive? Aren't mechs all the same? And that kind of thing. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to write something down so you could go and have a look at it if you wanted to, just on my my thoughts on the difference in mech prices, and also to hopefully enlighten people a little bit when it comes to materials and all that sort of good stuff. So I'll leave the link down below, but please, that looked a bit dodgy while I'm pointing it. Way, but I will leave the link down below so you can go and check that out if you fancy a read. It's not as short as I'd like to have done it, but I wanted to try and include as much as I could. So yeah, go and check that out if you're at all interested. After that, I did another quick article, same on vapingbiker.co.uk. Because of these mechs, what I wanted to do was I wanted to perform some kind of testing. Now, generally, what I would use for testing is a voltmeter, and I'd stick it in the posts of an RDA, and we'd go at it like that. But the unfortunate thing is, although I've not got the thing on my hand, which I should be wearing, I've still not got the grip in my hand that I should have, and it's not very dependable. So if I had things all kind of balanced on top of each other to make work, I think I'd end up causing myself some damage when I dropped it or crossed things, or did something dodgy. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to come up with a different way of doing it, and for doing that I made a little box. I made this little box just here. So this is just a little project box going on here with a voltmeter on it, an RDA, and a 510 connector. Now for this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using the same RDA, the same connector, everything the same on every test, everything the same. And the article will tell you more about that if you're interested. But its purpose is to give me, just me, although I'll share what I get in comparison to everything else, but to give me an idea of a comparative difference between the mods that I test. And I mean a comparative difference because it's not a standalone figure that I'm going to produce, It's not like the kind of thing that Mooch can do with a battery, for instance, where you can say this is a 30 amp battery or whatever. I can't do that, but what I can do is I can say this is the performance that I got from this mod, this is the performance that I got from this mod. And that means that obviously it's going to be inclusive of everything this exact same way that I do for every single test. So hopefully the article, if you're interested, will explain a little bit more, but I'll also probably talk about it in the next few mods that I test as well, just as I'm starting to build up some charts of comparative values. So yeah, that's a couple of things. So if you are a little bit bored, a little bit dull, then go and check out my articles on vapingbiker.co.uk. Anyway, moving on from that one, not on the Diet Coke today, look, I'm on Sprite Zero. Hey, what? I imagine it's got equally as much crap in it, but there you go. I've also just realised I've not vaped yet. Have you vaped? I'm sure you have. Let's have a little vape together, shall we? The Geek Vape dual coil tank, still going strong, and I'll talk about the mod in a bit. And it's not bad. It's not quiet. It's not quiet. No. But it's not getting a review, but I will keep talking about it on vlogs if I'm still using it. I have found myself using it quite a lot. I think it does look pretty ugly, and I think it's loud, but I think the vape quality that I've got from it, the ease of building on it, all of that sort of good stuff has just been super simple, and for some reason I've just been using it, so it's a thing. But that's the Geek Vape dual coil Amit that they've just come out with, which is very, very good indeed. Now then, The competition I had to write an article on the website of a review has been won. It's been picked out and they've been notified. So if you have not been notified, if I've not had a conversation with you, unfortunately I'm sad to say it's not you. I had some brilliant entries though, so thank you very much to everybody that took the time to do it. I'd love to have picked more, but unfortunately that's just not something we can do. We'll see how things go in the future, and there may be an opportunity to have another competition or another go at this kind of thing as well, if it goes down well with you guys. But I think it's great to be able to give someone a spotlight, give someone who's not written something before, who's kind of not a reviewer in inverted commas, but is able to kind of express their joy or hatred at a certain product or two. So the winner of the competition this time around has been Ian Schwar. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I did ask him and he said it's not Schwar, it's Schwar. So there we go, Ian. Thank you very much. The package, you've actually got 2 items coming out to you, so you can do some comparisons. You've got 2 things coming out. You should have those tomorrow. But thank you very much, and thanks once again to everybody else that got involved and put an entry in for that competition. That's very, very cool of you. So thank you. Now then, and what we're going to go for is we're probably going to go for the review probably around about the 2 weeks mark after Ian has received the products, and once again I'll make sure that I let you guys know in the vlog so you can go and check it out. But if you don't go and see vapingbiker.co.uk, I try and have anything new that I put on there, it comes up on the front page. So if I do put anything new on, then you should notice just by going straight on that front page. And obviously the merch store is on there as well if you want some of that action. Now then, what else have we got? I think that's about it for this section. What I'm going to do is turn the camera off and then turn it back on again. Let's do that. And there we go. That's the camera and the sound turned off. I look a little bit darker this time, right? Am I darker? Am I darker? Let me do that. If I do that and sit back there and then do that there and do that. Is that the same? Sorry for getting a little bit closer to the camera there and seeing the huge bags under my eyes. Apologies for that. Right then, let's have a little look at what I've been vaping on. Now, I've said before, it's really, really tough to kind of vape on stuff that I've been enjoying outside of the test gear, because I spend so much time testing and coiling that, I mean, I even coiled up my my Hurricane V2 because I haven't used it for a little bit, and I thought, yeah, I'll get this out, I'll get some juice going. I'm quite excited about that. Not done it at all. No, because I think it looks really good on this little Lost Vape mod. Can't remember what it's called. I will let you know. I think I showed you this mod before, but this little dinky mod, I think that's quite a funky little setup. So anyway, I coiled this up and I was going to get going with it. Haven't got the chance because everything I'm testing is angry. which is nice. So yeah, by the way, with that little mod there, if I can find a link for it, I'll pop a link down below, but I don't know if it's been released yet, so that might be a little hold thing. Was it called a clamshell or something? Let me find out because it's gonna, excuse me, it's gonna really bug me. There we go then. It's called the Coral. This little joey from Lost Vape. Like I said, I don't know if it's been released yet, but it's a little Coral, little 18500 battery goes in the bottom there. Nice little door, easy one-handed operation. Click that in like so. Yeah, it's a funky little thing. So I'll talk about that again at another point coming. But what was I going on about? Oh yeah, I was going on about I was going out about what I've been vaping on and what I've been enjoying. So let's have a little look at this. I've still been rocking this Rebel mod, which isn't a boxer clone, with the Aspire Exo tank on the top. I've got juice in there, yes I have. I think this has just been a brilliant kind of throw in my pocket combination, and I've really, really been enjoying it. I put the 0.4 Cleto coil in the Exo now, and I am really, really having a nice time with that tank. Tis a bit of a shame that you can't reduce or expand or do anything with the airflow, but you know, if you take that outside the equation, I like the restricted lung hit that you can go with, and I've been having just a jolly good time. This has been sitting on here now since Jam, I think. So yeah, I'm going to have to do some more work on that, but it's all good. And I also need to put some really hot RDAs on this this Rebel mod just to make sure that it holds up with the heat. So that's going to be something that I've been enjoying vaping. And like I say, it's just a sort of a throw in the pocket kind of vape, which I've really had a good time with. Now, out of all of the mechs, and I'll tell you about them when we go into the next section, but out of all of the mechs that I've got in the next week or so for the reviews, one of the ones that I've been most surprised about, I mean, obviously I've really been enjoying using the old rig, the Banff model with the rig with the V3 roughneck on the top. I have been enjoying using that one, and I've put a few builds in that now. I've actually got, even though they're not really meant for them as such, I've got messy wicks, that's what I've got. I've put some spaced Claptons going on in here, as I did with all of my black mechs the other day. If you watch my Instagram, you'll know that I did that, just so I can do a sort of a nice little comparison on the same style of mech, you know. So yeah, as well as the rig, and another one that I've really been enjoying, and one of the Purge ones, or both the Purge ones, the one that's been the biggest surprise to me has been this. This is the Coiler 18650 Mage Tricker Kit, which is a wank name. But as far as the mod goes, I mean, I took this pink one. I took this to the hangout that I did with Jess Marie and Twisted Messes, and I used that a little bit. But then I got onto this black one, and I've actually really been enjoying it. Obviously, it's going to be up for review. The button is a bit wobbly. It is a little bit wobbly, but the finish on it with this kind of mottled black kind of finish thing, is that going to focus? Focusing. It's a really nice finish. It's nice in the hand. It's nice and solid. It's quite weighty as well. And the vape quality that I've been getting out of this RDA, I think has been really, really nice. Clouds for days. Clouds for days, and the air delivery on the RDA has been really smooth, but I will go more into it in the review. But this has been the biggest kind of shocker, I think, of the ones that I've been playing with of late. So I have been reaching for that one quite a lot. Now, obviously, I have been doing all of them, and as I said on my Instagram the other day, you'd have seen that I posted up 3 of exactly the same builds in 3 mods, and those 3 mods were the Coil Art one, the I think it was the what's this one? The Geek Vape one, as well as the rig. But I could have popped it in the Heretic from these guys from Viking Vape as well, but I didn't. I forgot about that one. But the other 3 have got they've all got the same build in at the moment. It's the final build before review, so they are ready for review now, which I'm looking forward to. But no, the Coil Art one has been something that has definitely surprised me. What else have we got? The Manta from the Tomahawk. I've been vaping on this little puppy. Is this the Manta? Well, the Manta RDTA from JD Tech, who makes this little Tomahawk. This is obviously in the review as well. I will include the Manta in there just because it's a new release. But you know, the majority of what I'm going to be looking at is the mech itself. But I've been going on to that and this little puppy. I think I showed you in the last review that I dug out the old Watofo Phantom mech, which is, if you can find them, they're still going for sort of 30 quid or under, which they're just brilliant little 22mm mechs. And I've got this 1VP from Dovpo sitting on the top of that, and I'm still rocking just a couple very dirty coils. I've got some Angry Juice in there at the moment. Are we going to focus? Yeah, kind of. I've got a couple of dinky little coils in there coming out at 0.3, which is unheard of for me on a mech. I've now got juice everywhere. Let's use one of these and get rid of that. But no, this has been a lovely, lovely little flavourful setup. Not clouds for days, flavour, relaxed, chilled out, enjoyable vape. So I've really been enjoying that one. That's been a real kind of go-to setup for me when I've been chilling out of an evening as well. Something else I wanted to tell you about juice wise. Are we bored yet? I feel like I've not been very entertaining. I don't know. Pow, 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 pow. No, juice wise, one of the things that has surprised me as well is I mixed up some of this See, I thought that said Cerberus, but it's not. I don't know if it's supposed to be Cerberus with a where it's got a V at the end, it's pronounced as a U. I don't know. So it's that, which is just a custard, I think. Classic vanilla custard, expertly blended with cheesecake, marshmallow and cream. And I mixed some of this up on the 1st of April. Mixed up 100 and something mil of that, and I have been enjoying the crap out of, well, you can see, I mean, that was full. I have been enjoying the crap out of that. So if you like a vanilla custard, you want to get your own, you want to make your own with a one shot rather than having to worry about actually mixing it, that definitely gets a thumbs up from me. So there we go. Well done, Dark Star, for that bad boy. Now then, what else? What else? What else? I think I mentioned, did I mention the Geek Vape? I mentioned the Geek Vape. Still very, very loud. Still very, very loud. Still not getting a review. Anyway, what else have we got? So, I think that brings us on to the new stuff in. Not a huge amount of new stuff in this week because I have turned down a lot because my review queue has just gone ridiculous. So, next week I imagine will be a slow week as well because I've once again turned down a bunch. I've said okay to a couple of things, but no, I just really want to clear the decks because I keep saying about the other content that I want to make as well, and I just haven't had the time to do so yet. So I will get there, but unfortunately it's meant that I've had to kind of put a hold on a few things or been a little bit more choosy for the short term. Hiccups. Right, now then, so what am I looking for? Can't remember if I told you about this last week. I think I might have done, but I have got the Pandora going on here at the moment. I stuck a build in that yesterday finally, and that's chuffing away quite the good one. Let's pop some juice on here. Let's wank some Cerberus on here, shall we? The juice that gunked up my coil, by the way, wasn't the Cerberus. That was some motherfucking donut, Boston cream. So. And I said it strangely because it's MFN donut, so München donut. Anyway, let's have a crack on with this Pandora, shall we? Now then, I have got to put a different build in here. Because so far I'm getting an extremely turbulent airflow, but that could well be down to the build, so I will be changing that. As always, I'll be putting a bunch of builds in so we can give it damn good testing. But yeah, I mean, it looks nice and nothing's fallen off it, which is good. And like I say, first build in, so I have been having a little toot of that now and then just to see how we're going on, but there is more to come. Now, underneath the Geek Vape Amit dual coil, I've got the Minikin Reborn, I think, is that what it's called? Asmodeus Minikin Reborn, which is this little puppy. It's very orange, isn't it? Isn't it orange? I have no orange RDAs, so matchy is all to fuck. I might have to find something, a black RDA. I might have to pop the skill on top of it or something like that. But yeah, there we go. I haven't even looked into the differences between this and the one previously as yet. I know Mark Todd did a review on his a little while ago, so that's definitely worth going and checking out if you so wish. Oh, while I talk about it, by the way, this Pandora that I've got on top of the Loch Ness. Mr. Todd also did a review of his Loch Ness, and I think he did a very, very good job on that one. So while I'm coming up to doing mine, if you're a little bit impatient, then go and check out Todd's reviews, because I think he did a really good job on that one. Good job, Todd. Good job. Have a biscuit. What else came in? All right, so I showed you the Geek Vape Mech before, but we also got in today the copper and resin affair, and that's very sparkly, isn't it? That is very, very, very sparkly. If I can, oh, you get the idea. You get the idea. It's very eye-catching. It certainly is very eye-catching. The copper, I think, has got this kind of coating on, like they did with the what was that mechanical kit they did before that I didn't really like? It looks very, very similar to that. Surprisingly light, but it is what it is. So I am going to be testing this. It did come with a drip tip, which I think they probably thought was a little bit matchy, but it's purple on top of blue, so not really. But never mind, that's just a little thing. yeah, I mean, I've not put anything in this resin copper one yet, but I will do. I have had builds in the other one though, so I'll be able to give you a full rundown on that bad boy when we come to the review. But no, it's nice to see that we've got that blue sparkly one, isn't it? I haven't got a pink mod for a change. Yeah, fantastic. So then, other things that have come in. The wonderful people at Zap Wraps. David at Zap Wraps. There's a little towel of his with the how's your father web address underneath. Go and check them out. I was unaware that David actually produces stickers, or Zap Wraps produces stickers as well as the wraps they do for mods. So we have got some stickers as well. I think I showed them on my Facebook group. We've got these little bad boys here, little Vaping Biker ones. We've got some of these bad boys if you want a Roughy Tufty Vaping Biker one. And if you want my Facing Glorious Technicolor, we've got one of these kind of jobbies as well. So these puppies, I will be giving away a number of these when we go to Expo later on in May. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's 26th to 28th of May. I think that's the date, something like that, at the NEC, I believe, in Birmingham. So really looking forward to it. That's just promising to be an awesome event, and there's going to be Matt and V going to be there again, and Mr. T's going to be there again. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to have a brilliant time. If you're on the fence about going, just get off the fence and get yourself booked. Make sure get in early. By the way, I say get in early. It's too late to be early now. But if you want to go and stay while you're there, you need to be hunting for hotels like now, because they're all going to be booked up. They are just going to be a nightmare to get hold of. Anyway, that's about that. So and this is a wrap that they did for me as well for my drone. And that's not a sticker, that's kind of all printed in on it. And that's just a funky little wrap for the drone. That's a Zap Wraps jobby as well. How cool is that? Gives it a bit of a different styling and a different feel in the hand, which is very, very nice indeed. So thank you very much indeed for that, Zap Wraps. Right, I'm going to turn the camera off and come back on again, and we'll go into which I think will be the final section. Let's do that. Handy timing there. I just had some more gloves come in for mixing and cleaning and all that sort of stuff, so I had to answer the door. Anyway, right, let's get into the last section. Fingers crossed it's the last section. I should have had a drink when I was off camera, really. I didn't. So, what have we got coming up? Coming up, the mech reviews. Now, I'm going to be doing a sort of a 2x2 review situation. So, freshly polished. Look at them shine. We have the Purge Back to Basics V1 that came from Superior Vapor in the UK, with the PRG24 on top of that, which I'm very much looking forward to showing you guys. And as well as that, in the same review, I'm going to show you the badass, rotten arse. No, it's rather splendid. Purge Twisted, which I believe is spelled Twiztid, which is a bit random, but that's what it appears to be on Instagram anyway. But yeah, I'm going to be including this mod in that one as well. So we've got this Purge combo happening. On top of the Purge is actually the Nova from BMI, which will get its own separate review. But very, very nice. Spent a while polishing those bad boys up yesterday with my little mod maker rig. Now, we've also got from Coil Art, obviously we've got these two. We've got the black one and the pink resin jobby. So I'll be able to tell you all about those as well, which I'm very much looking forward to. We've then got the, not necessarily going to be in this order, but we've then got the Geek Vape Tsunami mechs, which are both going to be in the same review. So they'll be quite, look at that, look, magic. They'll be quite interesting to do, particularly because one is the copper and one is the brass. So that's going to be fun. And that actually is the same for these guys as well. One's copper and one's brass. We've got the rig, which I've not popped the cap back onto, but we've got the Rig Banff Model V3, and I'm going to actually throw in, even though it's an old product, I'm going to throw in the Rig Pig, give you a brief overview on that as well. Now then, after that, we do have the Heretic coming from Viking with two eyes, not, you know, but V-I-I-K-I-N-G, I believe, Vapor, and I'll be including the Loki RDA with that one, because they come together. We've also obviously got the rather splendid 2700 Triple X mod from Vapor's Cloud. Evolution Vaping sent this on to me with the iJoy 2700 battery, which is going rather well. I think the gorge on top of this needs a review as well, but I think that looks quite sort of funky on there. It's quite sort of short and stumpy and looks quite good, I think. Anyway, let's have a little vape on this one. Have I got juice in there? Okay. Happy days. With this setup, I did actually put, I think I did a 24 gauge parallel coil in there. I can't remember exactly what it came out to, or how many wraps I did, but I mean, it was reasonably low. It's like a 0.16, I think. But did it heat up quickly? It was crazy powerful. So I ended up taking that out and putting something else in for the time being. But yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. So that one's going to get the Triple X from Vapors Cloud. It's going to get its own review, and then, as I said earlier on, the Tomahawk X will probably have the Manta what is it? It's all about knowing your products. Manta, there we go, the Manta RDTA, which is a little kind of flavour RDTA rather than the Clouds Bro Clouds that we see a lot. Now, like I say, it's not going to get a standalone review because it's a tank, but seeing as they came in together and seeing as it's a new product, I may as well show you those guys at the same time. So that's all the mechs, and like I say, 2x2 wherever possible, just to let you know exactly what's going on there. We do have the Dovpo 1VP to do as well, which I showed you earlier on. And I've got to say, if you've thought about this, I think Mr. Todd, did I say Mr. Todd's reviewed it? I think I did. But I think this is if you're not Clouds Bro Clouds, you like a lung hit, and don't mind quite a reasonable little flavour atomizer, this is rather good. Smooth on the air, smooth as well, which I think is brilliant. So yeah, so we've got all those coming up, which will be fun. It's fucking busy. On top of that, we've got coming in, I've got a DNA 75C, I think they call it, mod coming in over the next couple of days, so I'll be able to give you an idea about what that looks like very soon. I'm also working on the 4% Club t-shirt for the ladies. I've said before that about between 4 and 4.5% of my viewership are of the fairer sex, and because of that, 40,000 subscribers, I was going to do a 4% Club VIP member t-shirt. So I may see, I am going to do that, but I just need to come and every design that I work on just looks cheesy AF. It really does. It's so wrong. So I've got to work a little bit harder on coming up with something funky on that one. I may have to ask for some help from Jimmy, but we'll see. Now, also, I've been order crazy today. I've ordered a whole mess of bottles from, in the UK, the Plastic Bottle Company, that are these kind of squarish, oblongy kind of things. So, like that sort of shape, they're kind of an oval thing going on, and this is a sort of a squarish kind of shape. That kind of thing's going on. So I've ordered I think I've ordered 25 of those 30ml bottles, and I've also ordered 77 bottles from in the UK, so I'm looking forward to seeing what their delivery's like and all that sort of stuff. But that one's got more unicorns and all that sort of gear, because I'm going a little bit harder into the mixing side of things as now, and for that I strongly blame people like Mr. Fresh 03 and Addy Tooney and wonderful people like that, because when I keep going on their show, I feel terrible that I don't have the concentrates to join in all the good fun all the time, and B, the knowledge. So I need to do more practicing. So to do that, I needed a fuck ton more bottles, and that's what's happening. So that's going on. I also ordered a bunch more concentrates from Vapable in the UK as well. So hopefully I'll get those in tomorrow or the day after. So I will be on Fresh 03 show again on Saturday evening in the UK, 6 o'clock UK time. So yeah, I'm going to go and do a few mixes with those guys. It's my birthday weekend next weekend, which I forgot about when I said I was going to go on the show. But it's my birthday on the 1st of May, so, but I don't expect to be doing any reviews. I might try and get some done Saturday morning, but it's unlikely that there's going to be any reviews on Sunday or Monday. Tuesday I might be quite hungover, but this is why I want to try and get out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Gives me 4 days to do hopefully at least 4 reviews, fingers crossed. So that's what we're aiming for. But yes, the weekend is going to be a little bit topsy-turvy, just because I might just have a couple of days off, you know. I know it seems like I have days off, but I don't. I don't have days off. I'm always worrying about something vapey or answering messages or emails or whatever else. But no, just a couple of days away from reviewing for just a birthday treat. I might do that. It's very exciting. And that really is it. Oh, I showed the drag the drag mod. You can kind of see that there. It looks like a horrific sticker going on there, with some horrific thing going on there as well. I have been trying to use this a couple of times. 24mm mods or atomizers. What have I got that's 24mm? Everything's 24mm, but let's have a little look. If I pop this Geek Vape Peerless on, is that 24 or 25? Can't remember, but it's a kind of an average size in this day and age. One of the things that really frustrates me is you either hang over like a mofo or just this. Can you see that little hangover there, just on that edge there? It's just, and it's because they've done a step in at the kind of what the fake door thing. They've done, oh, how can I show you? They've done this kind of step situation where if it hadn't have been there, then everything would sit pretty much flush, apart from at the front. There's a gap going on at the front as well. You can see the side there, and you can see it overhanging there. It's really angular. The corners are sharp. It's for the sake of being professional, I am going to force myself through it and force myself to use it, because I understand that the board, according to Mr. Basado, is much better than my experiences with the board in the Woody Vape, because it's the same chip. It's the Gene chip, or the Genie chip. So I believe it's better than what I had before. So I do need to test it, but I've just got to force myself to do it. Sometimes you really kind of have to push yourself in. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the look of it. But if it works, then you guys need to know about it. So, you know, it's one of them things. But there's a ton of reviews. They send them out to absolutely everybody. But go and check out Mr. Basado's review. I'm sure a whole mess of people will have reviews up very, very soon for that. Now, is there anything else I need to tell you? Is there? I don't think there is, you know. I think we are probably in a strong situation to bugger off. Oh dear, there's not been a whole mess of vaping in this one, has there? There hasn't. I'm sorry. I've let you down. Let's have a little toot on here. I really did this. No. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought? I was surprised about this one. When I took this to the kind of the vape shop event, I was surprised about this because I thought it was going to be pap. It wasn't. This one is a little bit better. But yeah, we'll go into that when we do the review, shall we? Now then, I don't think there is anything else I can tell you. A massive thank you, by the way, to, because I didn't say when I got it and it needs a clean, to M Vapes. They sent me this cool little spinner. I know kind of spinners are one of those things that you either like or you don't like. Seem to be all over the place at the moment. But the bearing in it is just absolutely ridiculous. It spins and spins and spins and spins. I think Matt is probably selling these. I don't really know. If you're into your spinners and you want something that's got a skull on it, go and check him out, because this is cool as fuck. I think this is an early birthday present. But it just keeps going. It just doesn't slow down. It goes on forever. It's ridiculous. I think that really is it. That's empty. I've got nothing else to show you. That's it. See you later. Oh, I've got something I can't talk to you about. Oh, that's annoying. No, I think that really is it. Okay. And based on that, I think I'm going to bugger off. So, hopefully... just let you know what I've been getting up to, really. Go and check out the 2 articles that I did on vapingbiker.co.uk. See what you think of those, and you can leave comments. I think I don't know if you have to sign in, but you can leave comments on those as well. Don't forget my Facebook page and my Instagram page as well. They often give you, excuse me, information about what comes up beforehand. And a sneaky one for you: if you're not on Instagram or not on Facebook, the Instagram posts automatically go into my Instagram bit of the website. So if you want to see the funky pictures and stuff that I post up when I get gear in, then you can check out the website, and you can click on the Instagram button and it will show you sort of a whole mess of pictures that you can gawk at if you really want to. Right, and on that note, what am I going to finish off with? What am I going to finish? I don't know, I've got too much stuff in now. I don't know. Tell you what, let's have a no, because I need a big cloud. I need a big cloud. Let's do this Amit dual coil tank on top of the Minikin Reborn. Thank you very much. Right, I am going to go now. Finally, thank you very much for watching. If you liked, I don't know why you would, but if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little bell next to the subscribe button, make sure to get notifications when I do post a new video. But otherwise, I will see you very soon. But yeah, I'm going to do a little cut here. And so I can put in a little thing of Dizzy. And there she was. Isn't she the cutest? so happy that she's on the road to recovery. Like I said, there is a bit of a kidney disease going on there, but the specialists that we took it to do say that it's very manageable. So thank you very much for all the positive comments and love that was thrown our way when I posted last week that we were kind of a bit worried about Dizzy. So we are looking like we are making vast improvements now, which is great, and she's happy and not in pain and all that sort of good stuff, so that's brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Have it larger.